Hi, welcome. Happy Saturday. I am Ellie and I am a certified yoga instructor currently volunteering with the Pink Ribbon Place. So, once again, happy Saturday. I am so glad that you are here. I am very excited for today's class. But before we get started, a couple of little things. Make sure you have your yoga mat, like this one. You have your yoga blanket or a towel works as well, or just a regular home blanket will work fine too. Just make sure it's not super super fluffy. If you happen to have a block like this, you can go ahead and pull that out. If not, I would recommend maybe like a book or something little square. We're going to be doing one exercise with this, so it's always just a little bit easier when you have a block to kind of visualize what we're doing. But it is not, if you can't find anything, it is okay. You can still do the exercise without it. So do not worry. And lastly, go ahead and pull out your strap like this one. If you don't have a strap, go ahead and pull out a belt or scarf. And once again, I highly do recommend it as well because we will be finishing the class using this one. So again, if you want to take a quick moment just to run and find something, go ahead and take all the time that you need. Besides that, just remember always to listen to your body. Let's not force ourselves. We're going to have a good time. And today we are hopefully, I think, going to be working on some hip openers and a little bit of that quad and hamstring, maybe get into the IT band a little bit. So I'm very excited. I know last week we did a lot of this shoulder stuff. So this week we're going to be working, a little bit more on our legs so we don't forget about them either. With that being said, let's go ahead and start our class today. I'm fully reclined. And I do apologize ahead of time if you hear any noises, anything. Again, I am practicing outside. I don't really have a lot of control over the noises out here, but if anything, we just acknowledge them and send them on their way. Now that we are fully reclined, go ahead and start either having the feet planted like I do or completely kneeling down. We're just going to start a very simple breathing in and out. When you're ready, inhale, breathing in, filling that belly. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, filling that belly, filling the lungs. Exhale all through the mouth. Last one, inhale through that belly. Sorry, through the mouth, through the nose. I'm so sorry. And exhale through the mouth. Slowly begin to start focusing on your breath. Start checking in with your body. See what's going on. It's the weekend. Anything that you've been carrying throughout the week, just checking in. See if everything feels good, if anything hurts. It's always nice to just take a moment, just check in with ourselves. And when you're ready, you are welcome to stay here the entire class. If you'd like to get a little bit of movement, and go ahead and place those feet all the way down like I am doing. Inhale, lifting those arms all the way over your head. Getting nice and long, getting a nice stretch in. And when we're ready, coming back. Bringing those knees in and simply just windshield wiping side to side. Kind of giving that back a little bit of a massage. Just any stress you have, throughout the week, anything you got going on, anything funky, this is the time to kind of check in. This is your time right now. So I'm very excited that we get to share it. Clearly, I had a little bit too much sugar this morning, so I'm a little extra peppy today. Go ahead and bring those shins upward like I am doing, and place grabbing the bottoms of your feet like I am doing, coming into a happy baby. From here, depending on your hips, you might be fully touching the ground. You might feel really, really stiff. Again, we're just checking in with our body right now. This is literally just the first 5 minutes of our class. So again, we're just checking in, seeing how everything is kind of feeling. I did say we were going to be working on our hips, hip openers, all that fun stuff. Got lots of fun stuff planned today. When you're ready, coming back to center. Go ahead and let go of those feet. Windshield wipe one more time. Coming back to center in your own way. Rolling onto, I like to come through my right side, but Again, left side, right side, whatever side. We're just going to be coming all the way over straight onto um, our hands and knees for our cat cows here. Remember always to keep those hands nice and spread out. We want to distribute all that weight along all of the fingers, so we don't want to lean towards one side too much. We really just want to distribute that weight evenly. Hands are about shoulder distance apart, and knees are about hip width distance apart. When we're ready, inhale, dropping that belly. Exhale, tucking the chin, rounding that spine. Inhale, dropping the belly. Exhale, rounding the spine. Last one, inhale, dropping that belly. Exhale, tucking that chin, rounding that spine, really using your back, trying to stamp your back towards the ceiling, towards the sky, wherever you're practicing, and coming back to center. Give yourself a little wiggle. From our cat-cow here, go ahead and bring that right knee and place it right in the center. Again, kind of to give yourself a nice little, kind of like a tripod is what we're looking at here, 3 points. So a little bit of balance. We are going to be lifting, there we go, in our next inhale, that left leg straight out to the side, like I'm doing. And what we want to avoid is doing this situation. We want to keep that back nice and straight, evenly distributing that weight on our hands. And all we're doing is just flexing those toes on that left leg and trying to open up the hip a little bit. You might feel it in the glutes, and that's okay. And then bringing it down. We're going to do that for a total of 3 times on each side. And last one. Coming back to center. Switching those legs. Again, getting that right leg ready and bringing it up. Again, focusing on keeping that torso facing down towards your mat. Bringing it down. Inhale. Bringing it up. And last one. Inhale up one more time. You should probably start to feel a little bit in those glutes, because I definitely did. From here, big toes touch, knees are wide, and send those hips back for a very quick child's pose. Remember that you are welcome to take this pose at any moment during our practice today. If you want to take a break of water, anything, go ahead. This is your practice. I'm simply just, throwing out a couple of poses at you. It's your choice if you'd like to take them. And people always find that so funny, because I'm like, I'm really not. I'm just giving you a couple suggestions here from your child's pose, coming all the way up, back to your, I'm so sorry, back to your cat-cow, hands and knees, walking those hands forward, tucking those toes, inhale, lifting those hips all the way up for our very first down dog. I'm outside practicing in the grass, got tons of little grass all over my hands on my mat. From here, maybe you push a little bit more into your hands, bringing those hips up a little bit higher. Maybe you begin bending those knees like I'm doing, one at a time, together. Kind of waking up those hamstrings, seeing where we're at. Maybe every breath you push a little bit more, hips get a little higher, and every exhale, maybe those heels come down a little bit more towards your mat. A couple pointers while we're here, making sure those hands are still shoulder distance apart and those feet are about hip width distance apart. Normally that's really only a very few inches. One more breath here. I'm like hoping my glasses don't fall off. When we're ready, if you have any low back pain, go ahead and just place that right foot right in between your hands. If you are okay, everything is okay today, inhale, lift that right leg up towards the sky. Let the back of the heel fall towards the your buttocks. It's so weird, maybe your glutes. Different ways to say, just let it fall behind you. Opening up that hip, bring those hips back down, and place that foot right in between your hands. Dropping that back heel. Once you have a nice alignment here, remember heels are in line with each other. And when we're ready, taking those hands onto that knee and coming all the way up to our warrior two. Taking a moment, just a quick moment here, checking our foundation, checking how we're doing. We tend to, in this pose, do two things that kind of throw off the pose. One is we tend to bring that knee inward like this to give that leg a break. But what you want to do is you want to work on that rotation outward, kind of keep it in line, straight down. And the second thing is that when we're here looking towards our middle finger on our front hand, this hand tends to kind of wander off and do its own thing. So taking a moment, check back there, make sure that hand is right behind you. When you're ready, flipping that front palm up and reverse your warrior. One more breath here. When we're ready, hands back down. Sorry, to your warrior two hands. Straighten out that front leg. From here, dropping that hip down. So that right hip is going to drop down. Hands are out. Begin reaching. And when you can't reach anymore, drop the hand down next to your shin. And left hand is coming up for your triangle. Again, here we are working, instead of doing this to come down lower, we want to stay up higher and work more on that external rotation of keeping that torso outwards. Like I said, we are working a little bit more of those hip openers today. So we're going to be doing a lot of these kind of funky torsos going one way, legs going another. When you're ready, bending that knee, looking down. Use that hand to come all the way back up. Use that knee to come all the way back up to your warrior two. Cartwheel those hands all the way back down, picking up that back heel, stepping it back to your down dog. Taking a moment here. Keep working, those hamstrings. Keep trying to bring those heels all the way down, keeping those hips up nice and high. When we're ready, inhale, lift that left leg up. Bend that knee, open up that hip. And again, we want to avoid, bringing the torso all the way down like I'm doing. If anything, keep the torso down and work on that bottom half, opening up that hip. Bringing those hips back down and place that foot right in between your hands. If for some reason it doesn't make it, you show it who's boss, so you get it there. Dropping that back heel and using those hands in that knee, that front knee, to push yourself up all the way, coming up into your warrior two on the other side. Same thing here, taking a moment, checking your alignment. Flip that front palm, reverse your warrior. Hands back to warrior two. Straighten out that front leg. Go ahead and drop that left hip down. So you're going to feel it if you're like this. You're going to feel a little bit of that hip dropping down like I'm doing. Begin reaching forward. Reaching. When you can't reach anymore, dropping that hand down. And right hand comes up. You can always take that hand up here if this bothers you and wrap it behind you. Place it on the hip. Somewhere you don't want to put a lot of strain on that shoulder if you're feeling something. Looking down, bend that knee, push yourself up again to your warrior two, and cartwheeling those hands all the way back down, picking up that back heel and stepping that foot back into your down dog. From your down dog, looking forward, simply walk those feet all the way to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands, bend those knees, place those hands on your knees. Inhale, pushing yourself all the way up, reaching up towards the sky, and hands on the side. Taking just a moment here, this moment of stillness, checking in with your body. Maybe your hips are already starting to feel a little bit, more open. Everything's starting to feel maybe a little, nicer. I know it's still early. It's a Saturday morning, but, it's probably nice. Inhale, hands up, hands together. Bend those knees, coming all the way back down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant those hands. Step that left foot all the way back. Walk those hands towards the long side of your mat. So now we'll be facing each other, I would hope. You're taking the feet about a good length wide, as you can see mine. Something to avoid here, definitely you do not want to be locking out those knees. You want to have a little bit of a micro bend. And what I mean is, if you look at the knee, it tends to go back like this sometimes, depending on the joint. Mine goes a little further back than it should. So you want to keep a little tiny bend into it. It's going to be a lot more work if you hyperextend like I do, but you definitely want to protect those. You want to protect those joints, so definitely keep that micro bend every time we do anything like this where you feel like the knees are hyperextending. From here, take that right toes pointing out towards the corner. Right hand, place it right down in front of your face, and left hand coming up for a twist. Again, here, hand can go straight up, or you can wrap it behind you. And you'll definitely be feeling this in your inner thigh, on the right side, mostly. I don't know. I always get really excited about like hip openers. I mean, I love all different types of postures and everything in yoga, but I love hip openers. I think it's because I'm sitting at a desk all day. So when we do hip openers, I get very excited because I know my hips are going to be happy. Inhale that, have the hand behind your back. Inhale, bringing it up. Exhale all the way down. Right toes come in and left toes come out. Left hand right in front of your face. Inhale, right hand all the way up. And you can take your choice here of arm variation. But like I was saying, yeah, I absolutely love the hip opening stuff. I always feel my hips get very, very happy after, and it's just nice. Sometimes you get those really good hip pops in there too, and those feel really good. I remember when I started practicing, my hips started popping, and I was like, ooh, this feels kind of fun. I got scared at first, but then turns out it was a good hip pop. It wasn't anything bad, thankfully. Inhale, lift that right hand up and bring it all the way down. Bring those left toes in and walk those hands all the way to the front of your mat, the short end. If you happen to be practicing on hardwood floor or anything, go ahead and pull your blanket out and place it under your mat like this, and then drop your knee down. If you're on grass like me, it's okay, you don't need it, but in case you do, you're always more than welcome to grab it as well. So wiggle that foot back, drop that knee down, plant that left hand down. You can untuck the toes of that left leg. From here, that right hand, you can place it on that right knee like I'm doing. And all we're going to do is roll out that foot. If you can see, I am letting the ankle roll with the foot. So I'm not trying to keep the foot, glued right here. I really am just letting it kind of do its own thing, rolling out, opening up that hip. And we want to, while we're here too, you want to avoid sinking into that left shoulder. You don't want to do this and cause more strain on yourself. You're going to keep it nice and strong, pushing towards your mat. You're welcome to just do one big hip opening stretch here, or you can do a couple little ones. You bring it back, you take it out. It's really up to you how you would like to do this. When you're ready, using that right hand, bring that knee back in. Place both hands down. Tuck those toes, pick up that knee, and bring that left foot all the way forward. Adjust yourself, readjust yourself. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, planting those hands. Inhale, pushing yourself all the way up, keeping that back nice and straight. Hands up, and we're coming all the way back down. Planting those hands down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, planting those hands, stepping that right foot all the way back. Walking those hands towards the long side of your mat. You should be on the other side, but just so you can see me, I'm going to stay on this side while I fix my mat for a second. from here, I want you to take a moment. If you can see me, I'll get a little closer. So we're going to be working on kind of grabbing the toes. So you want to take the first, your pointer finger, your middle finger together, and then your thumb. And then let's pretend that this is the leg with the big toe. You're going to take this 2 fingers right here, and you're going to wrap it around through the bottom of your foot of that big toe, and you're going to use that thumb to clasp it in, closing it like that. Okay, so hopefully it makes sense. I will walk us all through it one more time. So we are in our wide stance. So we are down here. Take those 2 fingers, the pointer and the middle, and wrap them around that big toe. So right hand on right big toe, and take that big thumb and the thumb, you only have one, and wrap it around, closing off that grip. So everything is kind of wrapped around your big toe. Do that on both sides. When you're ready, inhale, kind of pull up. You should feel it in your shoulder blades a little bit, just pulling up. And exhale, sink into it. And the deeper you go, make sure those elbows are pointing outwards like I am. You don't want to come down and continue tucking them in. Make sure they are out. And like always, keep that micro bend if you hyperextend like me. One more breath here. And we want to also focus on keeping that back nice and straight. We don't want to, crunch, and we don't want to like overly bring it forward either. We want to keep it nice and straight somewhere where it's comfortable, and you're feeling that deep stretch right in the back of the hamstring. When you're ready, inhale up, undo the toes on both hands, and walk those hands all the way forward, dropping that right knee down. Again, you're welcome to have that blanket there. So wiggle that foot back, drop that back knee, planting that right hand down, and rolling out that left ankle, left hip, everything. You'll feel a little bit of a stretch here, but nothing too crazy. And bring it back. So this side feels a little different for me. The other side, obviously it's my dominant side. It felt like, ooh, I could just leave it open. And this one, I actually feel a little bit of here in the like IT band area that's kind of like not happy about it. Like it feels a little bit tighter. So for this side, for example, for me, it feels good when I do little mini stretches and then come back. Dropping that left hand down, tucking those toes, picking up that back knee, stepping it forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, planting those hands, bending those knees, pushing all the way up, and coming up. Getting very tall, hand palms together, bend those knees, coming all the way down, bending the knees. And then you're only coming all the way down to seated. And this is a really fun one. A lot of people hate this one. I do too. And we're only going to do one of the 3. There's actually 3 different variations of this, but we're only going to be doing the first one just for fun. So you guys will probably feel it, and you might not like me after. So hopefully I will still see you next Saturday. So go ahead and take your feet wide like I am doing. Take your block if you have one. If you don't, a book, whatever, or, just pretend, imaginary block. And we're going to take it and place it on the inside of our right ankle. Like I have. So just, use your imagination if you have anything, keeping those toes nice and flexed. Hands are going to go right behind you, and we're just going to use them to kind of prop ourselves up. So we're not really leaning into this. We're trying to stay nice and tall here. When you're ready, we're going to inhale. Start powering up that right leg as much as we can. And our doing is going to bring it over the block and back down. You will instantly feel it. And then inhale and bringing it over. You're going to feel like there's a nail right through your thighs. It's going to burn, but these are really good for you. We've been doing a lot of stretching of the quads, hamstrings, hip opening. So we're going to do a little bit of just muscle work here too. We got 2 more. We're going to do 3 on each side. So inhale, up and over. And I'm struggling just as much as you guys. Inhale, up and back over. And last one. Inhale, up and over. And inhale, back. Give that little leg a wiggle. Just take your block to the other side. We're just going to knock them both out at once. And as you pick it up, really try to avoid this. Really engage those abs. Try to stay up as tall as you can. And inhale over. Exhale back. Inhale over. Exhale back. Last one. The slower you go, the more it burns, but the better it's good for you. So inhale as slow as you can. Over. And exhale, bringing it back. Whew. Wiggle those legs out. You can even send them back. Windshield wipe for a second here. When we're ready, we're coming to the really sweet stuff. So go ahead and throw that block. Do whatever you want with it. Throw it at the TV, throw it at your phone, whatever you want. But we're done with it. Go ahead and grab your strap belt, whatever it is that you had. Like I said, you will need one. Or I highly recommend it for this because it just feels really good with the strap. Come all the way back down. Take that right leg and bring it in as much as you can. Place that strap over your foot like I'm doing, and left leg coming all the way down, so nice and straight. When ready, with lots of control, that left foot is nice and flexed, and so is that right foot. You're keeping a hand on that left hip to kind of keep you accountable, to make sure you're not lifting that left side of your body. And when you inhale, lift that foot, drop towards the side as you exhale. So opening up the hip one more time. This should actually feel really good. Taking a breath here. When we're ready. I know it's short, but I try not to speed up, but you're always more than welcome to take as long as you want here. You can always pause the video or anything after. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, switching hands, and as you exhale, bring it across your body, and you're going to start to definitely feel that IT band right here on the side of the thigh kind of start yelling at you. It's a really odd kind of muscle we forget about, kind of area that we forget about. Not necessarily muscle, but like just area to stretch out. So this is a really good stretch to just kind of get that area stretching out a little bit, moving a little bit. Inhale, coming back up. And really easy way is just hold your strap with both hands and switch feet from up here. Position yourself. When you're ready, inhale, letting that foot drop. Exhale. Opening up that hip. Again, using that right hand to hold that right hip accountable, making sure it's not lifting up. Yeah. These are really nice stretches. I really do like to do these for a little bit longer, but because of time, we got to kind of cut it short. But like I said, you're always more than welcome to just hang out here if you'd like to for a few minutes. Inhale, bring it back up. Switching hands, exhale, bring it across the body. You might hear a little pop of that low back or anything like that. That's all good. It's all, just the body kind of stretching out. This could be the first time in the week that you're, getting a little bit of exercise in, and that's okay. Like I said, you made it to your mat today, and that's awesome. So I'm really happy, and I'm really proud of each and every single one of you for taking a little time today for yourself. Inhale, coming back up. Bend that knee. You can undo the strap. Put it on the side. All we're doing from here is coming back up. So shins are parallel. Grabbing the bottoms of the feet. And just doing another happy baby. And maybe this one feels a little different than that first one we did. Maybe this one feels a little more open. We did, like I said, a lot of hip stuff today. So maybe the hips are way, way, way happy today. So, it might be a little different. Coming back to center, placing those feet down. You are more than welcome to stay, fully reclined like this. Or you can come up seated with me as we finish off our class today. Hands can come to heart center or on the knees. I'm trying to get right in the center of the camera because as I practice, the mat starts moving over. Taking one big breath in together. Exhale through the mouth. I want to take this very short time, very quickly, just to thank you, each and every single one of you, for taking today, this morning, for a little bit for yourself, taking a little bit of time to practice to make it to your mat. I think it is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful act of self-love. And so I thank you very much for allowing me the honor of joining you this morning for a little yoga practice, I am very happy and very, very, very full of lots of gratitude just for that. I want to wish you a very lovely evening today, evening, weekend, week. Lastly, please continue checking the Riverside Community Health Foundation page as well as the Pink Ribbon page for any updates. And until we meet again, namaste.